this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. Today I would like to show you how to create this twist top Christmas cracker. I had the idea for this because I had some packaging last year that I kept for a while and then I ditched it because I never made it. And I wondered how you can create these twist top crackers. And I went online and I saw a company that was selling dies for these. But when I actually took a screenshot of the die, I realised the mechanism is really simple, and I realised that I can really easily recreate this myself. So basically you've got a Christmas cracker that opens like this. You can fill it up and then you press this down and you twist it once and then this cracker is sealed. So, and I'll show you how to do this. I have made a template here from an A4 sheet. So this A4 sheet obviously is 8 1/4 inches wide, and I think this is 11, whichever. It doesn't really matter the length, but this is the A4 length. Let me just check here on my grid. This is 11 3/4. So, and what you need to do a lot of scoring. So you score this on the slimmer side here at 2, 4, 6 and 8. So, and then you turn this round and you score this at 1, 2 and 3. And then I find this easier just to turn it around again, and you score it again at 1, 2 and 3. So that's very simple. I've already done this here, so I've got all my score marks, and yeah, I'm just thinking whether we need to burnish anything first. No, we don't need to. So the mechanism is created by looking at these squares here, because this is 2 inches wide and these are the rectangles are each 1 inch. They are each 1 inch in depth, so together they create a 2 by 2 square. And rather than trying to align this all in my scoring board, I have just got 2 layers of silicone mats. 1 layer would probably be enough. I just need my bone folder and I need a ruler. And let me just make sure I've got it the right way around. So I'm going to connect the top here of the 1 inch line with the bottom here of the 3 inch line to create a triangle. And I'm just scoring in. Because I've got the silicone mat underneath, that gives me quite a deep line. Let me just show you that. So, and then, yeah, I do this all the way through. So from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. And I'm doing the same on the other side. So from the top of the 3 inch line to the bottom of the 1 inch line, and so on. You could turn this round, but I just have them going all in the same direction. I don't think it makes a difference really. So I'm quickly going to do this off camera, and then I'll show you how we burnish these and also cut. So I found the easiest way of folding this is to fold these long bits first. It's rather tricky once you've done all the cutting. So fold them, just mountain folds, and burnish them. I've got quite a heavyweight cardstock. I've got a hammered cardstock. I mainly wanted to use this up. I think this is a 270 GSM. It doesn't have to be that heavy, especially if you put some layers on top with patterned cardstock, but you don't want it to be too flimsy because you want this to hold a bit of weight, especially where you twist it. So this one's a bit tricky one, the quarter flap, but it's doable. So now we're folding the lines here. So the 3 inch line is a valley fold. Then the 2-inch line is a mountain fold. And the 3-inch one is a valley fold again. Hope I'm doing it the right way around. Nope, I've done it the wrong way around now. Silly me. Okay, dokes. Doesn't matter because it doesn't matter if you burnish in both ways. So the way you folded it, so these are the lines that are the outside. So you need to, is it the right way around? Oh no, it is the right way around. Apologies, because I was on the inside here, I was working on the inside. So let me show you on the other side again, because I not only have confused myself, I probably have confused you as well. So this is the inside, the other side is the outside. So we need a valley fold, a mountain fold, and a valley fold. So that's the inside, and we've got this shape here. Hope you can see this now. So now we need to cut these, the 2 strips here, the one that is created by the 2 and 3-inch line and the one that's created by the 1 and 2-inch line. You fold this together from the inside, and where you have scored your triangle, I don't know if the camera picks it up, you have got a line here that goes down here, and this is where you cut. Tell you what, let me just find my proper scissors. Okay, yeah, I prefer my pointy scissors, but I just showed you the wrong triangle. So when you fold this together, you start from the bottom where you've got the flap. So basically this triangle here that you have marked, you cut that away. And this is where the 1/4-inch flap is. So, and then the next one, I hope the camera picks it up, you cut on the score line here, and then again where you have marked the triangle, you cut this away whilst this is doubled up, because what it does is when you open it up, it creates a triangular cut, and it saves you from using any dies. It's just very simple. So we need to cut all these away and cut the score line away as well. And then we need to do the same on the other side. So again, fold this backwards, get this out of the way in the back, and again starting, but you have to turn it around this way so you can see the score triangle, starting on the side with a flap. Cut this away, and you can go across the flap like this. So it's very easy once you get the hang of it. And also because you've scored the triangular shape, you don't need to use your pencil for anything. So that can all go in the bin. So now we are left with the other diagonal line here, the one that was going all the way through. And this one needs to be burnished and folded, or I should say folded and burnished in both directions. If you find, especially with a thicker cardstock, it could do with scoring again, just do that. But you want to fold this in both directions. So just use your fingers, pinch it like this, but also come in from the other side and pinch it like this. And you need to do this with all of the 8 scored lines. So just hoping the camera picks this up, because I'm recording this at night. So yeah, I think I need to go in again, so I'm just getting my mat out again. This, by the way, is just a piece of kitchen silicone mat, so I don't want to ruin this too much, so just reinforcing these lines. Yeah, and then they're so much easier to fold. So again, pinch it from both sides and do this with all of the 8. I do this off camera again now. So that's all the folding done. If you want to decorate this, I suggest you do this now before you put it all together. What I did here was I just cut some panels here, although I would probably make them a bit slimmer. So this is 2 inches, these are 2 inches wide. So I would just probably go in with 1 3/4 bits, panels, and this one's now just under 5.5. So, but obviously you can also mat your pattern paper. It's up to you. You can also embellish the top here. I'm leaving mine plain. I just want to put an embellishment on the top here. So yeah, as I said, do this now. I will quickly do this with this one, and then I'll show you how you glue it together and how you twist it. By the way, if you got something like I've done here, where I accidentally pinched it in the wrong place because I hadn't scored it properly, you can always go in with your bone folder and try to rub this out from the other side. I hope it's not too weakened in that spot now, the paper. But yeah, as I said, in general, it's better if you reinforce these score lines. I have glued my panels down. By the way, I like it if it's a continuous pattern, if you got something like this, so I don't have, I don't know, the bear's head there and, you know, like a full bear there. I think this looks nicer for the recipient. So for the next step, for gluing it together, my original one, I tried using red tape. It's not perfect here either, but I found that the red tape, there was too much pressure on the twisted top, so I suggest a quick grab glue, and I'm just using my Cosmic Shimmer as normal. So what you need to do is you fold one panel over, the one with a flap, you add glue onto the 3 flaps, and then you flap this one up, flap this one up, push this one over, and just press it down in the areas. Or you could also just do the middle first if you're not sure whether you want to do it all in one go. So yes, obviously my glue doesn't work when I want it to. I always find if my glue bottles near the end the glue dries up even in, you know, in the original bottles. So if you wonder why you're struggling, that might be the same reason. Let me just find my new glue bottle. Okay, I've got my fresh glue bottle, so I'm just putting just a strip of the quick grab glue here, folding this over and pressing this down. Make sure you don't ooze it out to the inside. That's the last thing you want. So the magic of the quick grab glue is that it grabs it really, really quickly and it holds instantly. But you don't want to put too much pressure on it yet. You can also fold it over like this. Oh, and that's what you're not supposed to do. Told you. So much about the instant hold. So let's try that again. I might have to put more glue on. That's just fine. So just hold it, don't do what I just did. Sometimes I get too impatient. And now you can put some glue on the little flap there and press this down. And then on the little flap here, and press this down. I will actually take a bit of glue off on my finger. So I'm leaving this to dry for a moment. and then I'll show you how it easily closes with a twist top. So as I said, I will put an embellishment on the top, and yeah, I think in my next step I show you how you can make a little Favour box with the same system, but it has a base. By the way, at the very end of the video I will insert a photo of the measurements so you can take a screenshot easily then. So the glue on my cracker has dried properly. If you got a bit overhang here, I should have pressed this down a little bit, you can just snip it off a little bit, nobody will know. So I think that's better. So all you need to do now is obviously fill it, but you can just close it at one bottom. So you just press this down, and then you need to twist it. Just check which way it's going. Now let me try the top first. If you have scored it properly and burnished it, it should go in one direction. Yeah, this one's going clockwise. So just press it down, just do it gently. And then this one, yeah, so it's folding clockwise if you look down on it. There we go. And that's the cracker finished. So for the little one, I've got my measurements here on the side, but I've got a not so nice sheet because I adjusted a little bit. So I will talk you through this now. So I wanted to cut this from an A4 sheet. So I have basically half this sheet. So this is now 6 1/4 inches wide and 5.5 inches in height, but I'll just turn it round obviously. On this 6 1/4 length, you need to score this at 1.5, that's our measurement. So then at 3 accordingly, 4.5 and 6. I will also show you in a moment how you can alter this if your chocolate is wider than that. You could also alter the height, but I think a square box is actually quite nice. So then we're tilting this. I'm just making sure I've got my notes here correct. So, and we need to score this at, no, let me tilt it this way around. It doesn't really matter, but I have the flap at the bottom. Oh, by the way, sorry. Oh, I showed this properly. So, and I need to score this at 1.5, because that creates the base. At 3, that creates the middle box. And then at 3 3/4, at 4.5, and then the rest is the top. If you wanted to, I just kept it at 5.5. If you wanted to, you could cut this down a little bit, but I think it can do with a bigger panel here. So if you want to recreate this thing in different sizes, the important thing is obviously that you've got a square base. So these panels should all be the same width. And these two panels here, they should be the same width and height as this one here. Obviously it will be the same width but the same height as well, so because we do need the square here. So once you know this is a square and you can work the diagonal, then you know you can recreate this in all sorts of sizes. So the big one was 2 inches, this one's 1.5, but you can make a mixed medium size. So as before, I'm going to score this now from that corner there to the corner here at the bottom, and then do the same as before. I'm folding it over and I'm cutting the triangle away here. I will quickly do this off camera and then I'll show you how we assemble the little box. I nearly forgot after I scored these. The important thing is to burnish these lines here first, because it's so much easier then. So fold and burnish these first, the ones that basically are going upward. This, by the way, is a thinner cardstock. I think this is just a 230 GSM, I think. I just grabbed the cardstock from my supplies. So as before, you want, on this line here, you want a valley fold. To think that again. We'll put the mat away now. And we want a mountain fold. And the valley fold. So again, I'm checking which bits I'm cutting away. So I'm starting again from the flap here and cut this triangle away. I think the camera is struggling to pick that up, but I can see it here. So So that's the top of the box. So for the bottom, all we need to do is cut basically the score lines away. So slightly tapered here, cutting a very slim triangle away. Can you see? This is what I'm cutting away. Also cutting a little bit away here. You could cut some of these a bit shorter, but I quite like the fact that we've got the full length, because they give a bit of weight to the bottom of the Favour box and they will stand much more nicely. So, and here we're just cutting the whole flap away, so like this, and cutting this at an angle here. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I haven't zoomed in. So, and that's all there is to it. So again, if you want to decorate it, I suggest you do this first. I made a trial run, but this has got a different size, and I decorated the top on this one as well. So whatever you fancy doing. So yeah, as before, you fold this over, and glue down the panel here. I shall quickly do this, and then I'll show you how we glue the bottom together. So this time I'm not going to be impatient. I'm going to leave this here. I might just put something on top. Got an acrylic block here. Once it has dried properly, you can now fold in the bottom. So basically start on one side, it doesn't really matter, and you just fold the bottom in. I would just do this one first, pop some glue on that, then come in with the opposite side, but you could go all the way around if you wanted to. Tell you what I didn't do, I think I didn't score the bottom lines, so remember to score those lines as well. Sorry, to burnish those lines. Obviously they are scored. And then I would just come in with the side, maybe even put the glue on here. It's a bit easier. And then the last panel. So you could cut this down a little bit if you wanted to. I think this is fine. So what you ideally do though is you take your bone folder and you go inside the box and press this down, because you want, with a quick grab glue, you want a bit of pressure on it for it to hold properly. So you can see you've got quite a bit of weight at the bottom, but I think that's quite nice because it will stand quite nicely. And then same as before, oh, I forgot to pinch these lines. So ideally you would do that before you glue it all together. Got a bit of brain fog. So, but I can still do this. I'll tell you what you can do if you have forgotten it. Try to put maybe your ruler underneath. Nope. Maybe just the bone folder works a little bit. So pull it up a little bit, twist it a little bit, or see. It's not easy. So try to pinch it in both directions. So we'll put a disclaimer on mine, and mine's already coming apart now because I'm pulling too hard on this. But you get the idea. This one's not meant to give away anyway. I want to be given away, but that's just my trial piece. We'll see if it works now. So you press this down and then you twist it, I told you, clockwise. So yeah, it does work. There we go. And we've got a little Favour box there with a twist top. So yeah, if you like this idea and you would like to give it a go, you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating, I usually post videos twice a week. At the moment, I'm posting videos every day for the Paper Craft Society Advent Calendar. You might want to subscribe to my channel to see those videos. And yeah, I'll see you soon with another video.